and talking to them. They're right there. Okay, I see. Okay, this one makes no sound. If you talk to them, if you press the action button,
Ames, aren't you?
and see, they'll respond to you, and some of them will even pee themselves, and that's what I wanted to show you. Like this woman over here, if you point this at her.
You're Ames, aren't you? You're Ames, aren't you?
They'll grow really scared,
Ames,
supposedly,
aren't you?
or not. These are not really cooperating with me.
You're Ames, aren't you?
Yeah, okay, see, they pee themselves, it's pretty cool. Anyways, there is one special hostage over here, which is this girl. I really don't want to bump into this guard. There is a special hostage over here. This girl, if you point at her...
You're Ames, aren't you?
My name's Jennifer.
See, she says her name is Jennifer. Because she doesn't have a gag in her mouth. And there's a couple of things you can do with her. If you crawl under this table here, and then turn to her, and point to the directional microphone, you can do some pretty perverted stuff. You can talk to her.
You're Jennifer.
And when you talk to her, she'll open her legs while she's talking. You can see her panties. But that's not the fun bit of this. If you do this enough...
Stop! Don't touch me!
If you harass her enough and call the Colonel, eventually you'll get a very funny bit of dialogue between Raiden, the Colonel, and Rose, and that's what I wanted to show off. But I don't know exactly how to trigger it, so I'm going to try shooting her, putting her to sleep, because as you see, when she's asleep, she slightly opens her legs, like, periodically. I don't know if that's what you need to do, or talk to her while she's awake and have her open her legs. So we're going to try calling the Colonel when she has her legs open and see if something happens. I don't know if it happens like right away, or if we need to, you know, hear a couple of unimportant conversations. I assume that we do. I will skip those if we do. Let's point it here. Over. Let's wait for her to spread her legs a little bit.
You're Jennifer.
And let's try it now. Colonel.
Raiden, retain your cover at...
No, this isn't it. See, I told you. But stick with me. This is going to be funny.
Once you have the directional microphone...
Nope, not this one either. Okay, well...
Stop! Don't touch
me. Maybe she has to be asleep. I don't know. I'm not sure. She wakes up too fast. Is what I think.
If the enemy sees...
No, this is not it yet. The last time I tried this, it only took a few minutes. Like a couple of minutes. It wasn't that bad. And the guards around us should be getting back up soon. I think they're up already.
You're Jennifer.
Stay away from me.
You're Jennifer.
Also, if you talk to her enough,
You're Jennifer.
you will eventually, if you use the microphone on her enough, and you talk to her, eventually you will hear Raiden say her measurements. It's pretty cool as well. This game is full of these kinds of things that I'm not sure if they're funny or simply, like, I don't know if the game developers are geniuses or simply perverted old men. How about now?
Raiden, what are you
see, there you go.
You forget yourself.
I can't believe you. What's wrong with you?
I highly disapprove.
I'm just...
What do you mean, I'm just?
Rosemary, you're right. One shouldn't stoop to vulgar levels just because they've set foot on the battlefield. But I can sympathize with you there.
You what?
Nothing.
How twisted. The both of you.
That is what I wanted to show you. That is cool. And now, probably, let's try saving the game. Because if you poke the bear enough...
So, Jack, what do you want?
What do I want? Well, I'd like to save, if that's okay.
Then go ahead.
See? Like, if you poke the bear enough, if you annoy Rose enough, and you try to save... these are the two options that I have for saving. I won't make you save, and do not save.
This is a joke, right? Rose.
What now?
What do you mean, what now? Save my data, please.
Fine. Don't you have something you want to say before that?
Like what? All right, I get it. I'm sorry. There. You satisfied?
Close enough.
You selfish.
What was that?
Nothing. Just talking to myself.
I'm not sure if I had already shown this, the bit where Rose gets so pissed off at Raiden that she refuses to save his game, but here it is. If I haven't, here it is. There are a variety of ways to piss her off in this game, which is awesome. Okay, now, when the guards are far away, I will be able to crawl out of here and start looking for Ames. God damn it, he picked... Jesus, people, give me some room to maneuver. Can I... Get up, get up. There we go. Fantastic. Okay. And now we can start looking for Ames. I think, like, if you run through these guys, they'll make you trip, like so. Maybe? Nope. Not really? Like that. And you lose your disguise if you do. So, be careful. Alright, so I was able to show what I wanted, because that doesn't always happen. And, I wanted to show you that. And this should probably be Ames.
It'd be a huge help if you happen to be Ames.
See? Yeah, that's Ames.
You must be Ames. Keep still and listen to me. I'm not a terrorist. I got in here using one of their uniforms. I'm taking off the tape. Stay quiet.
Who told you about me?
An informer calling himself Mr. X, dressed like a ninja.
I see. Take this thing off me, will you? I'm Richard Ames.
Secret Service?
No, I was sent in by the Lali Lule Lo, just like you.
What?
You're here to find out where the president is. We have little time, so I'll be brief. How about switching to nanocommunications first?
Nanocommunications?
Right, silence beats talk when it comes to safety. Are you on?
Right here. Do you really know where the president is?
Almost certainly. He was moved to the first floor of Shell 2's core section.
The first floor. The core of Shell 2. Is he still there?
I don't know. I can't get a response.
You don't think he's been like the other hostages? A hostage was killed in retaliation after the SEAL 10 disaster, remember?
What are you talking about? Regardless of what they do to other hostages, they won't touch the president.
What makes you so sure?
The case.
You mean the nuclear button they took?
Right. And the case won't do a thing by itself. That case may be the single most advanced example of a weapons failsafe system. The password is nothing less than the physiological data of the US president.
Physiological data?
The president's own vital signs, heartbeat, brainwave pattern, blood pressure and so on are constantly monitored and relayed by his internal nanomachines. This information, along with the DNA pattern, serve as a biometric password, unbreakable even by the latest parallel processor supercomputers. The password entry itself cannot be performed unless brainwave patterns and heartbeats fall within normal parameters, rendering chemical and other forms of coercion impractical. In other words, the login must be made of the president's own free will. As a failsafe, the input must also be reconfirmed hourly, even after the initial login. If a valid confirmation is not forthcoming, the system will automatically cancel the login.
And that's why they can't harm the president.
At least until the bird flies.
Is there really a new model of Metal Gear here?
Absolutely. The black case serves as the launch key to Metal Gear as well.
Why would they hide Metal Gear in an offshore plant?
Haven't they told you anything? The entire thing was planned. The oil spill, the tanker accident that caused it, everything. The big shell was built specifically for the development of a new Metal Gear model. The inspection tour was to check its progress.
What's going on around here?
Wait. Here comes Snake.
That's him?
Use the microphone to listen in.
But we're not going to use the microphone to listen to the conversation with Snake. And that is where the save that I made earlier will come into play.
To come all the way to New York just to get hit with a bowel attack. What luck? Oh,
There's someone in the bathroom.
this one's worse than that one up in Alaska. Come to think of it, that commander chick really reminds me of someone. Who is she like again? Oh yeah, she's like her. Now that's a time I'd like to forget. Ridiculous that I had to get jacked for everything that was on me. When I think about it, that's when everything started to hit the skids. It's a shame. Up to that point, I was steady cruising on the elite course. Oh, here we go again. Oh. Still, that Russian crew is a pretty decent bunch. The president's escort guys get on my nerves, though. Oh, whatever. For now, just gotta hang in there. Oh, there's no paper.
Anyways, I love this. That was Johnny. That is probably my favorite side/hidden character in all of video game history. He's so cool, and this is not the last we will see of him. He was the soldier in the first Metal Gear Solid game, the one that was guarding you, and he had constant stomach aches and had to run to the bathroom. This is the same guard, and this is why we made this save, because I want you guys to, watch the actual conversation for this cutscene, and I will load it now. I will see you guys in a second.
King, Fat Man is dead.
It doesn't matter. Saved us the trouble of getting rid of him ourselves.
Why did he betray us?
Who knows? They're a band of lunatics to begin with. Nothing they do should come as a surprise.
I'll have his background rechecked, just in case.
You think he was working for them?
We can't discount the possibility, especially with that intruder still at large.
Yes. The man in the sneaking suit.
You know more about those suits than I do.
But Foxhound was disbanded 4 years ago. So it must be the Patriots. What about the damage to Shell 2?
The circulation system for the contaminated water has been damaged. The water being drawn in is overflowing, and the lower block of the central section is flooding.
Seal the connecting pathway between Shells 1 and 2.
The Simtex and IR sensors are already in place.
Any effect on it?
No.
What about the President?
The password entry has already been made to the black case. In 1 hour, we'll need a confirmation from him. His work is done after that.
Make sure you keep him alive until then.
Yes, I know.
What about the unit's activation?
Almost complete. The code has already been entered. All we need now is for the girl to start the system.
The usual method, I assume?
No. The drugs took care of everything.
Only a few more steps to outer heaven.
Who is that cyborg ninja, Shalashaska?
I cannot even guess.